Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be testing out the China harness I showed you guys in a previous video, as well as my self-made chassis harness. This video is only going to be testing these components. We're not going to do a full-on installation. A full-on installation requires an additional step, which is to take the firewall plugs and pull them into the cabin. I don't really want to do that. It's going to take a lot of time to do that because I want it to be clean and I want to be able to turn it back the way it was if I choose to. So I'm not going to be cutting any connectors or any of that. So we're going to do that on another day because that's very time consuming. So today we're really just going to plug in this harness, plug in the chassis harness, and then fire up the car and make sure that there's no check codes. So let's get started. Alright guys, so before I start plugging in everything, what I'm going to do is unplug the existing harness. So all of the existing plugs, I'm going to just unplug them. And then I'm going to clear some space here because we're going to run the ECU side through the AC grommet. Alright, as you guys can see, there's the AC grommet hole. I'm just going to be running the harness through there. That's just my wideband that's showing right there. Alright, so here's all the plugs. We're just going to feed this all the way through. Partially for this plug because this one can actually stay outside. So I'm just going to plug the other end of this, the chassis harness, outside, and then run the ECU stuff all inside. But before we do that, let's disconnect these connectors. And then we're feeding these inside. Actually, what I should start doing is actually plugging this in. So these connectors plug into these right here. So we're just going to plug them in. This one will plug into here. Connector. Yeah, there we go. Now the rest we just have to plug into the engine. Alright, so I've got all the plugs plugged in. Distributor, all the sensors are all plugged in. It's hard to film in the back, but everything is plugged in. The toughest part was getting in the ground, which is right underneath the thermostat. I've got that in already. All these are plugged in. Now it's just plugging into the ECU, and then we could just try and start it up. Alright, as you can see, all the wires are looped in through here. Now I just have to get my ECU out from underneath the carpet there. I'm just going to do that real quick and then we'll plug it all in. Alright, as you can see, there's my ECU. We're just going to unplug all this. Like so. It's just my jumper harness that's in here. It's a little bit difficult to do with one hand. And then we're going to have to undo the jumper harness as well. Let me just take it all out and then we'll plug in all the new harness stuff. Alright, as you can see, everything is plugged in. This is plugged into my self-made harness, so it's this. And then it's all plugged into the ECU. Now everything is ready and we can just fire it up. Engine check light doesn't come on, which is a little bit odd. And when we fire it up, fires right up, but the battery light stays on. So it might be some wiring with my alternator that's wrong, because that shouldn't happen as well. All right, check engine light comes on. Let's fire it up. And battery light goes off as well now. So it was bad wiring on the battery light. Everything else seems to have wired up good and all works. ECU is good. That's my data logger blinking, I think. Yeah, everything is working fine now. And the backup lights also work perfectly fine. There you go, guys. We've confirmed that the China budget harness and my self-made chassis adapter both work perfectly fine in the car. We did see that the alternator was wired incorrectly. I have since fixed that. No more battery on light and all that stuff. So all the dash lights are all clear, as you can see in the video. So everything is good. This harness works flawlessly. Last step basically is to install it fully in the car. Like I said, I didn't want to start tucking everything and all that. I want to make it clean and all that. So that's probably a job for another day. I've since pulled out the harness, as you can see. Anyways, hope this video helps you guys out. If you haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe, and share my videos. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.